All right, quite right. Let's see what we have today. So, yesterday, what we were looking at were really my creations. So, we looked at how I saw a lot of different things and kind of the relationships and similarities, the patterns, things like that that I found in those images, the readings, the audio, the motion, things like that. And really, that's what I base my class around. So I base my class around creativity and really more specifically the art or the act of creation. So everybody loves creating. It's one thing that all humans share. It's something that emerged really from the very beginning of our species. So it's something that, regardless of your background, ties all of us together. It's something we all share. And it's something that I love personally, obviously. And so it's something that I try to weave into every assignment, every lesson that we do in here. Everything that I do, I create. And I create it not just because I like the art of creating that particular thing. And it doesn't matter whether it's a lab or whether it's even just a worksheet. I create everything and I look at it as an art form. I look at it as an opportunity and an outlet for my desire to build something, to put something forth into the world that doesn't exist yet. So I think what you will find is, and I know what you will find as we go through the year, is that none of what you see in my class exists anywhere else in the world. And I can say that pretty confidently because I've spent 12 years Googling and trying to find things that lessons, ideas, stuff that I would enjoy teaching. And I never find it, so I create it on my own. So, having said that, I want to see what you all create. So, to get a better idea of who you are and to share who you are with the rest of your team in here, we're going to spend a day putting together presentations on what it is you create. So, there's a lot of freedom in this. Again, there is no right or wrong answer here. So, what you create and how you choose to present that creation is not a right or a wrong situation. It's unique to you. So, let's take a look at what the agenda is today. So, our warm up for today is a video on the origins of creativity. So, if we go into the warm up tab here, I've got a little video. So, this is going to be the warm up. You're going to watch this. So, you can watch this with your group, or you can watch it individually if you have some earbuds or something like that. Then we're going to do the actual presentation. So you're going to spend the period putting together your presentation. So this can be individual if you want, or you can kind of include a whole group presentation where each of you within your group adds to that one presentation. Could go either way. I'm fine with whatever. But here are the instructions for that. So what do you create? So you're going to put together a brief presentation. This isn't something that's long, on what you create and why you choose to create that. So the media, so that's the mode of the presentation used, is your choice. So this activity is intended to achieve the following objectives. So it allows me to get to know you all a bit and allows the class to get to know each other. And it grounds the previous couple days' investigations on what constitutes art creation and beauty and the universality of the desire to create. Okay, so at the end of the period, you're going to add your presentation to the collaboration page. So we're going to go again. As I linked it here, we're going to go back to the collaboration page. There's today's 8:15, and you just add it in here. Just make sure that your group name is attached to that. Okay, so I've given you some examples of different platforms that you can choose to use for your presentation. So you could use Soundtrap if you want to do an audio one. Canva is kind of just like a PowerPoint situation. I use a lot of Microsoft Stream, so that's what you saw yesterday. So that's the platform I used for the two presentations yesterday, and I really like that because it's really visual. So Sway slides, things like that. So these are the different things that you can use for your presentation. So again, there's no right or wrong on this, and it is a brief presentation. So the exit ticket today, again, you're going to upload the presentation to the collaboration page. Today, you also have some homework. So, like we were talking about yesterday, this is a flipped classroom. So I don't spend time lecturing in my classroom. I assign lectures, whether they're my lectures plus a combination of other people lecturing over the same material, and so on. I assign that for you to do at home because nobody learns from lectures. So that's not how I'm going to spend my time. So my class time is going to be spent with actual work. You only learn when you get your hands on something and you start to experience it. And that's how you actually learn. So again, you don't learn by listening to somebody else tell you how to do something. If that were the case, I'd sit down and listen to LeBron James tell me how to play basketball and I'd be a millionaire. Obviously, that's not the way life works. And it's not the way that science, math, education, any education works either. You can't listen to somebody who has learned the information tell you how to do it, and that end up meaning that you know how to do it as well. So you can only learn regardless of what it is by doing. So that's what we're spending our time with. So again, your homework here, we go into the homework tab. So we've got two little parts. So we have two introductory videos. So this particular homework assignment consists of two parts, both of which are meant to introduce you to the Microsoft program Excel. So this is probably the most important computer program for white collar workers. So if you're doing any kind of white collar work, which means high paid work, you're going to need to know how to use Excel. You will be using Excel. So people that know how to use Excel earn a good living in this world. So that's what I spend most of my time in here doing. Almost all of the work I give you is presented through Excel. So the work is done there. The math is done on this platform. Answers are, any type of writing is done on this platform. Almost everything that I give you is done on this particular platform. So we're going to get right into learning how to go about using it. So today's two assignments are a quick introduction on inputting data into Excel. That gives you a bit of an idea of how to use the program to input different data sources and then how to organize and visualize those. So that's what these two are. So the first one you're going to start with, you'll do this little video here. And then the activity itself, you will find over back on our team site in the platform section. So right here, introduction to Excel. So like I told you, this is already attached. So all you have to do is open it up. So there's activity 1, how astronauts organize data. So you just click on this and it will open right up into an editable form for you. Your name will be attached to this. So you just have to remember to go up to the right here and change viewing to editing. And now you'll be able to write on here. And again, when you're done, so here's your introduction down here. These are called workbooks. So this whole thing is your workbook, and each of these is a sheet. It's like a notebook. So each of these is a sheet here. So this is how you progress through. So you can go down here and click on this. You'll see next buttons here. So when you finish one page, you click on next, and it'll ask you to enter data in these different spots. Okay, so again, it's a real good introduction to how we enter data here, the type of data you can enter, and exactly what it looks like. So when you're done with that, when you get all the way through the end here, you'll get a certificate. You can choose to do the extension. Get the certificate there, then you come up and you close it, and you just click, you go to the next one actually. So the next one, you'd go to number 2. We would go back here and you'd watch the introductory video to number 2. And then we'd return here. And this particular one looks at how astronauts visualize data. So again, it's the same thing. You see all of the different pages down here. You'll get a certificate at the end. So again, you want to change to editing. You'll get a certificate at the end here, and then you close it. And at that point, you'll have a submit button. So you just click submit or turn in, and then that will be turned in. There's your homework done. And then what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to do work on how to do math in Excel. So you need to come to class prepared tomorrow, having already gotten some idea of just entering data and what the Excel program is. And tomorrow I'm going to teach you how to actually use the program to do all of your math for you. So no more paper and pencils around here. So all math, again, in white collar jobs, math is done in computer programs. No highly paid professional, regardless of the profession, is sitting around with a paper and pencil any longer. They need to know how to do math in computer programming. So that's what we're going to be practicing tomorrow. So that is today's work.